Hello. Uh, let's continue with our model adjustment. So we open up the PKPM and check on the model factory building. So far this is the work that we had done, and then we had made the arrangement of the structure partially, and we actually, for the roof it was complete, and then we had the wall on this side here, and then we also had the wall material on the other side. And now today we basically want to try to analyze and see whether the components that we've added on the roof and on the wall are able to meet the load bearing requirement. If not, we shall have to adjust their cross sections, and after doing that we shall copy now this wall onto this other wall, and then this wall onto this one here, and with that our project will be complete. So we go on and begin with the calculations of the roof structure. So you come and click on this icon here, Womien Changmien Shaji, that is the design of wall and roof. So they say that Yijin Sunzai Womien Changmien Go Jen Boji Shin Shi Shifo that that you already have the information about the about the arrangement of the roof and of the wall. Then they are asking whether you would want to make a rearrangement or you continue the previous arrangement. So for our case, we want to continue with our previous arrangement. So we keep our arrangement. Then our first, now to perform our calculations of strength test, we come and use what we now come to. This is a roof, so we come and use the Womien Gojen Shaji, which is this icon here. So we click on it, and then now here they give us the components like to use for calculation. Yeah, so for our case, okay, for the first icon, it enables us to choose the best cross section for the sake of the Lin Tiao, which are these ones here. Actually, before we do that, let's even first try to make a calculation and see whether this has got sufficient load bearing. So to do that, you come and click on Lin Tiao, Lin Tiao this one. So when you click on it, they ask you to click on the Lin Tiao that you want to calculate. Let's say I'm choosing the fourth from this blue line, 1 2 3 4, this one 14, LT 14. So I just click on it, then they automatically fill in all the other requirements. And then what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to press on what? I'm just going to press on calculate. Yeah, actually if you see here, like our GBN fang here is still the 0.35 as we'd set it. Then these are like our loads, so the software simply puts for you everything. Unless like there is need for you to adjust, you can come and do the necessary adjustment, but for this case we don't need to adjust anything. So you press on this one to do the calculation. Then they say that they're going to save the document of the calculation document as LT14 out. So we press trading to confirm, and then it's done with the calculation. So we move downwards to check whether it is sufficient enough. So here they give us like the final report that our calculation does not satisfy the conditions. So we've got to check what are the things that are not satisfying or where is a problem. So one of them, we have it here, they're saying that now do Bowman's rule, like that is the bending or yeah, I would maybe say that the deformation is actually not sufficient, because here we see that we're having a deformation of 65.915, yet the smallest is supposed to be 30. So besides that, we're also having here the geometric angle, like the strength of the cross section, like the stress on it is 297, yet the acceptable one is supposed to be 205. So we see that it is not, our choice wasn't a good one. Therefore we've got to adjust our cross section now to make it meet the conditions. Now, as we did in the frame design with the Lin Tiao, the software can actually help you out in choosing the best cross section. So what you do, you come and use this button here that's called Lin Tiao Yo Hua. So when you click on it, and then simply they bring like a load system and then whatsoever that's there. So you can go through and then see what you need to check, what you need to change here and there. Maybe if like the loads are different, things like that. Then let me see. Yeah, then you simply come and click on trading. Like our load is 0.35, that is for the OMI and the dead load. Then you've got the live load, then we've got the snow load. Actually, like in this question, you never had it, but then by the fact that it's smaller than 0.5, the software automatically takes 0.5. Yeah, because for the snow load, the big one between the two is ANI, which is used in combination. So then here is like the given fang here is 0.35. So after doing that, you just come and press trading to do the calculation. Then now like this is the recommendation that we get. This is the recommendation that we get, that we are supposed to be using what? We are supposed to be using xz 220 times 75 times 20. So what we are going to do, we are going to go back to the OMI and Buji. Then we come and input in this cross section as that of our lint yao. So let's do that. So we go back to the what? To the OMI and Buji, which is this button here. Then what we do, we just simply come and click on what? On the Zidong Buji again, this one here. Then now this is now for the lint yao. Sounds like for the information about the lint yao, it is Q235. Then we are using the Z type. Then now for the sake of here, now that's where we get to choose our cross section. So you click on it and then you come and specify the what? The dimensions. So what was recommended, if you remember, it was xz 20 times 75 times 20 times 2. So you come and we come and look for it. x220 times x220 times 75 times 20 times a 2. 220 75 20 a 2. So this one here. Then this one we say that let's say we are using type 2. Yeah, so the rest look to be okay. Then this one, like, basically it will, we may not even have to change it. So anyway, we shall calculate and see. So after that, you come and press trading. Then they bring this message saying that Jishing Zidong Buji Ho Jiang Chong Xin Chang Shang Lin Tiao Shela Tiao Gachang Shin Shishi Fo Jishi. Then they're saying that when you press, like with the command that you've done, it will carry out a rearrangement of all those features. So since you want to replace them, you just simply come and press yes, and then it does the rearrangement of them. So now, like when I come onto any of the lint yaos, like we see that the cross-sectional information has changed to 220 times 75 times 20 times 2. So we can go back to the calculation and then just confirm that, yeah, that it meets the load requirement. So I come to Umien Gojen Shaji, then I come to lint yao this one to do the calculation. So last time I used the L14, so I come back and I look for it. Where was it? Yeah, anyway, I can't see it. You can pick any of them, not that you have got to look for that particular one. So let's say I'm using the LT8. The LT8. So when I click on it, it's selected, and then all the road information of course comes back. Then let me see, Zidong trading GPN, Zidong trading GPN Fangya Gaudu Penhua Shishu Damian Susaudo. Yeah, so for the show is asking us like for the one calculation, so you can anyway get to choose the B, since like that is like what we're dealing with. Then we come and press what? This one, and then we come and select trading for the document to be saved. Then when you come and check on now the final information, we are still having share Jibo Manzo, like it's still not meeting the requirement. So let's try to check on where the problem is. Yeah, the problem is here. This one, they're saying that Jamian Changdugo has like the strength of the the strength of the construction is not sufficient. Let me see. Let me first move back to the model and I look for the specifications of this one. They've been told to use 220, 75 times 20 times 2. Let me try to do the Yoho again, and then I see what they will produce. Shading. Yeah, this is still like what it gave, but then it's still not meeting the requirement. Yoho Manzo. And let's try to do the procedure one more time, and then we see Umian Buji, Zedong Buji, then 220 times 75 times that, or probably we can get to choose the next one. Instead of 2, we can maybe try 2.5, and then we see what comes out. This one here. Then okay, then we reset them. Then we come back to the Umian Shaji. Let me have a look. Okay, then I redo the calculation. Say for this time I pick another random one. Then I do the calculation. Yeah, then for this time they're saying that Shaji Manzu. So that means that for this time we've got now the a proper cross section for our lintel. Then maybe I can try to do the calculation with one that was on that side, that was around somewhere here. This one. Then when I do the calculation, let's see what the results produce. Yeah, it's still the same. It satisfies the conditions, so we can go on with that one there. Now after calculating for the lintel and that we found the best cross section, now next we come and do the test for the Umian Jichang, these x's here. So for that we come and use this button, so you click on it and then you come and choose the one that you want to test. Say for example we want to test this one, so I click on it and then they fill the information on the form. Then actually now for the sake of the Jichang, there is this extra button here. Yeah, this one here that says Jishin Yohua Jemian, this one, like for it to carry out like the selection of the best cross section. So it's always good like to click on this, so that when it does a calculation to check whether it satisfies the conditions. If it isn't, it will recommend to you the best cross section. Yeah, so with that in place, we come and press confirm trading for it to carry out the calculation. Then the name of the document, so we save it under that. So it has done the calculation. Let me first hide this. It's done the calculation. Let's check and see. Jamian yes one. Then let me see. Yeah, here it's like they're saying that what we had chosen actually was sufficient. Then let's look for the recommendation from the Yohua. Here they were recommending like that of that one that has got a diameter of 12. Let me check on the previous. Actually, when you use that one of a diameter of 12, it would be giving us the material would be having a stress of 151. Yet the maximum would be like the boundary is 205. So yet when you look at the previous one that we selected, it only bears a stress of 66, meaning that we have wasted a lot of material, since it doesn't even come any close to 205. So what we can do, let me check here. Previously we've chosen a diameter of 18. So for this case, now we've got to change the 18 to what? From 18 we change it to a diameter of 12, like that. Okay, then let's do it. So to do that, we've got to come back to the Umian Buji, this one. Then we select what? Let me see. Yeah, we come to this one here. like to this button, Gaussian page, like to edit the material. So for this case, you want to change the material of the G chunk. So you come and click on this. Then let's say I choose this first set here. Then instead of 18, I make it become a 12. Then okay, and I come and also do the same for this. I make it become 12. Then it was the second one, and then I do the same for the third one here. 12. Then this one here also, I make it become a 12. And this 12. Let me check on this one. This is still 18. I want it to become a 12. And how about the middle one? 18, so I change it to a 12 like that. Then I come and I check on this one. Yeah, this is 12. This is 12. So for this side, it's done. So we come and do the same procedure for this side here also. I change it to 12. So then the third one, I change it to 12 also. And then I come to this next one here. I also change it to a 12. And I get to the second 12, and then the last one in this part here. So also make it become a 12 like that. So we have this as 12. I'm just confirming 12. I have a 12 here also. I have a 12, and then this one of course is also a 12 here. For this side I guess I confirm 12, 12, 12, 12. Yes, and then yeah, so it's confirmed here. So with that in place, I can come back to the Omnian Shaji, and then I try to now do the calculation for this one here. So when I click on it now, for this one here, it is which component? It's this one here, this one. So I click on it, and then they bring the specifications of the material. Then actually that one doesn't have that ability to choose, to recommend for you the best cross section. So with that, you just carry out the calculation, and then you get to see whether it satisfies or not. But usually that one automatically satisfies the condition. Yeah, so that is fine. There is no adjustment that is required on that member. So with those in place, that means that our roof satisfies the conditions that are required. So I can maybe just press Ctrl S, doesn't work for this case. So what I do, I now come to the wall. So that is Changmian Buji, which is this one here. So I click on it, and then I come and I choose the walls, and so as I can get to do my calculation. So I use this button, and then they ask me for the wall that I want to work on. It is this one. And after choosing it, I now come to the Changmian Gaussian Shaji, like the design of the components on the wall. What happened? Then they ask me to again choose the wall. So I click on this, and then I take that wall there. So it's come. Now after it comes, now we can first begin by this Yohua, this one. This is Changyang Yohua, like to come and choose the best for this. And if you wanted, actually you can first begin by calculation and see whether your recommendation was good. Let's first begin by calculating it. You click on the Changyang this one, which is this. And then you come and choose any of them, any QL, which is Changyang. So let's say I choose this one, and then yeah, actually usually all these you don't have to change them. Yeah, so after doing that, I come and I do my calculation, this one. Then they tell me how the name under which is going to be saved is that. Then I press confirm. Now it's done the calculation. Now let's come and see. Yeah, they're saying that our choice doesn't satisfy the condition. Yeah, so we can maybe check upwards and check where the problem was. Yeah, the problem was somewhere here. This one, the Jiangti Wending Yingli, this one here. We're having 888.448, which is greater than 205. Then besides that, even also here the Jemian Changdu, it's also beyond that. Then when we move upwards, yeah, there is actually a lot. Yeah, you see here also. So let's do the Yohua and then we choose the best cross section. Or alternative, actually, what another person can, instead of using the Yohua, if you have a particular dimension that you feel can work for you better, you can get to choose it on your own. But for this case, we are going to be using the Yohua button, this one. Then it puts in the information, and then after doing that, you come and press on trading. So you press on this and then it gives you the recommendation. So it recommends us to be using what? To be using a 250 times 75 times 20 times 2.2. So we go back to the Changmian Buji. That is this one here. Then you go back to the Zidong. We go to the Zidong Buji. Then they tell us to choose the wall. So we are dealing with this wall here, this one. So you come and choose it. Then you come to the Zidong Buji. Then now at this position where we have the Jemian Mingchang, so you come and choose the recommended cross section. So the recommended XZ250 XZ250 times 75 times 20 times 2.2, 250 75 20 2.2, which is this one here. So after choosing that, I can check on these ones here also. Then yeah, I can make them up in the angle 45. Then I come and I press what? Trading, like that, and then it will do the rearrangement of them. So when I tap on any of them, you see the cross section has changed to from 140 to 250 times 75 times 20 times 2.2. So I can come and I go bing, and then after that I go back to the Changmian Shaji. Then I choose the wall under the wall to which I'm doing the calculation, this one. Then I can come and do the Jiangyang, this one again, this one, and then I come and I recalculate it. Then I choose this one, calculate, then okay. Then we move down to come and check here. So this time we see that it meets the conditions here, like that. So meaning that we are good to go with that one there. So we still have other more things to check on. Let's check on the Jichang. Oh, where am I, Jichang? This one here. Wow, it's like they disappeared away from the document. Then let's go back to the Humian Shaji. Sorry, let's go back to the Changmian Buji and then try to set them again. So we see that to add the Jichang, we had to press this button. Then you come here down and follow the instruction. They tell you to choose either type 1 or type 2. Type 2 is where you just come. Type 1 is where you just come and choose the infinite axis lines like you want it to be. So usually for this case we are using type 1. Then they ask you to choose the Wanga How, like the axis lines. So we are using this one, the axis lines 1 and 2, but then you come and click on the room number. Then let's say we are using this arrangement. Actually there are lots of arrangements here, so you can come and choose any that you would prefer. So let's say I first leave it on the default value like that, the default value, yeah. Or if you want, if you have any cross section that maybe you want to use, you can come and make a choice of your own. Say for example, if for the start I chose let's see, what are we choosing yesterday? I don't remember anyway. Let's say we took a 220 times 20 like that. Then we come and then we're using what, the Dangbian Jiao Gang, like the angled steel. Then you come and choose confirm. Then you also come and confirm this, and then they come and organize it like that. So to put it the other side, actually even before copying it, we can first do the calculation to confirm that it meets the condition. If it meets, then we can come and copy it this way than copying what isn't strong enough. And then we have a double work of deleting. So we come to the Omian, go G and share G. Then we come and choose the wall section that we want to design. It's this. Then we come to the G chunk, this one. Then I come and I choose this one here. Then they bring the information about it, and then I come and I confirm, and then it does the calculation. So when it calculates, we've got a report of the results. This one like shows the stress distribution. Actually 2020 was a good one. We see that all of them, like there is no red, there's not like any red. So like for other materials, like you can come and check for this one, you go and join like for the calculation results. So you can browse through and then you check and compare the results. So now for example, where the unit chunk should be like the stiffness ratio. So we have here we had 131, yeah, and the acceptable is 200. So that's like quite good to go. Yeah. Then let's look at the stresses. Okay, and basically that is like what we have for that. Yeah, so if like let's say you would want to make further adjustments, you can try to make them maybe like smaller, things like that, until like when you get one that is appropriate. Say for example, if maybe I can try another cross section, Changmian Boji, I come back to, okay, I first need to come and select the wall, this one here. Then say I want to change this one here. Let me see if I have that option of changing. Actually I don't have that. So what I'll have to do, I'll have to first delete. Anyway, yeah, let's just use this one. I mean this one. I choose this wall. Then now I come back to the G chunk, this one. Then say I choose this one here. But then for this time, instead of using the L220 times 20, say I came and I recommended maybe 180 times 12, something like that. Then I can try to do my calculation, and then I see like what that cross section there gives as a result. So we still see that it is what? It is like there is no red at all. So meaning that that cross section probably would also work. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so basically like that is how you come and test a G chunk, and you confirm that they do satisfy the condition. So we can yeah, we confirm that that's okay. Then you can now come to this one here. Then for this, it is this small thing that you see here. So you can come and click on it, and then you carry out its calculation. Usually this one just meets the conditions. Yeah, you see, Manzo. So you should always worry less about that. Then after now doing that, now we've got to come and copy our G chunk from this wall to this wall here. So what I do, I come and I go back to the Changmian Boji. Then I come and I select what the wall that I'm dealing with, that is this. Then I come and I choose copy the G chunk. So they ask me to choose the G chunk which I want to copy. I want to copy this one. Then they ask me to choose the left corner to the space that I want to copy. It is this one. So yeah, so I click on it, and then they automatically bring it. Then I can come and I go bing, and then they put it in place. So we can go now to the other side else of the wall and do the calculation. I go back to the Omian share G. Then I come and I choose that side of the roof, that is this, of the wall, this one here. So I choose this wall, and then I do the same calculations. Actually we had already calculated for our Changyang these ones here, and then we had got a recommendation of 220 times 75 times 20 times 2.2. So what we do, that was from this document here. I hope you remember. So what we are going to be doing, we are just simply going to readjust the cross sections for this one to the same. So we come and we go back to the Changmi and Boji, this one, Changmi and Boji. Then we go to the Zidong Boji. Oh, they have told us that we are supposed to select the wall. So we press this button and then you come and select this wall. Then you come to Zidong Boji. Then you come and, yeah, automatically I put it here, this one. Yeah, so what we do, you just come and press this button and then it will do everything for you. Then they say that Jixing Zidong Boji Ho Jiang Chongxin Jiangshang Changliang and all those. So they're saying that when you carry out the command, it will do a rearrangement of those structures. So if you choose yes, that means that you've accepted to replace them. If you choose no, it won't. So for this case, you want them to be replaced, so we choose yes. Oh, now here we see that anyway, we can maybe just add one more here up. So I come and I press on this, and then say I come and I increase it up to, let's say I add one at a distance of 7,500, like that. Yeah, all the information is changing. That's because without this one here, I have realized that there's much space that is left here up, so I decide to come and add one like that to occupy that space also. Then I press OK. Then they ask me whether I to replace. Then I come and I confirm. Yeah, so at least it's gone somehow high. So when you hold the mouse onto one of them, it gives you the cross section 250 times 75 times 20 times 2.2. So after doing that, we can now go on and do the Omi and Shaji. So I click on this and then I select that particular wall, that is this one. So after doing that, so after choosing that wall, I now come and I do the Changliang Shaji. So I click on this and then I come and I click on the Changliang, and then basically you usually don't have to change anything here. Then you come and choose this one. So it does the calculation, and then then they're saying that it does not satisfy. Okay, let's try to do the Yohua and then we see what they recommend. This one, Changliang Yohua. So we click on this and then basically you won't need to change much. You just come and choose this. Changliang Jemian Tunzai Yohua Woman Zoom Da Jemian. Okay, so what they recommend is actually this one here, the one with the 2.5. Yeah, actually, if you remember the other side, we had adjusted it to a 2.5. We never used a 2.2. We made it become a 2.5. Yeah. So that means instead of 2.2, we are supposed to add there a 2.5. So we go back to the Changmi and Boji. Then we select the wall, that was this one here. So we come back to the Zidong Boji. Then instead of 2.2, we choose a 2.5 like that. Then we come and confirm. And they say that it will replace. We confirm the replacement. Then we can go back to the Omi and Shaji. Sorry, the Changmi and Shaji. To the Changmi and Shaji, yeah. Okay. Oh, my software has crashed. I hope the work hasn't disappeared. Yeah, actually, I've reopened and then most of the work wasn't saved, so I'm redoing the edits again. Yeah, I finished the adjustment of the roof. Then I will now come to the adjustment of the wall, and then here the previous digital that we had set have been brought back in place, and I want to show you how to replace them. If you look at it, it had a cross section of 125 by 8. Yeah, so if you wanted like if let's say you wanted like to do a redrawing on them, so I come and I click on this one here, Buji, then I come and I choose the type as what, as 1, and enter. Then I choose, let's say, set them here. Give me a caution that the place where I want to set the Juji and Jichang has already got 1, so I cannot do that anymore. So the only option, if you want to make adjustments on the Juji and Jichang, you've got to come and use this button. You delete the ones which are existing and you make new ones. So you press on Shanshu Gojian. So they give you the list of various materials. So this is for the Juji and Jichang. So that's what we're interested in. Then the other options, you can go to them and see and use them appropriately depending on the circumstance. So for this case, I come and I click and then I select the entire structure. Then automatically the Jichangs will be taken off. Now I come back to the Buji. Then I click on it. Then they ask me for the type of arrangement. I use the first one. Enter. Then I select my room number as 1. Then say I'm using this type. All these can also be used, so depending on preference and the condition that you have. So say here I choose the cross section as 180. I guess I'm choosing 180. Yeah, 180, and then okay, let's say 180 14, 180 12. Yeah. Then I press confirm, and then also come and I do that. Then they bring it up. So we say that I will first begin by doing the calculation to see whether this first one satisfies the condition. So I come and I choose the wall I'm working with, that is this one. Then I come and I do the calculation for the Jichang, this one. Then shading, and then I check on my drawing. So I see that here it satisfies the condition. So that is how you do the adjustment for that. So what is next is now to copy it. So I come and I choose the wall surface, this one. Then I come and I use the copy button. So I select the room, like the instructions are always here down. So always keep an eye to this lower surface. I copy this, then they tell me to come and press on the left corner, lower left bottom corner. Then they bring it in. So let me go on with other adjustments, and then we shall continue. So almost everything has been adjusted, and then after making the after resetting back the components onto this other wall, have carried out the calculations to test it, but then we are still seeing that it doesn't meet the what? It doesn't meet the requirement. They're saying that Jamian Bumanzo. And then where is the problem? When you try to look for the problem is that this value here for the junction winding is far more greater than the acceptable one. So that means we've got to adjust our cross section again. So as we said, one of the ways, since it's this is a Changyang, so you can try to use a Changyang Yohua. So you do this, and then we Yohua. Then they're saying that Changyang Jamian Johnsonza Yohua Bunang Manzu. That there is a cross section that cannot meet the requirements. Okay, that cannot actually meet the conditions that we want to get. And then they're recommending us to use the 250/75 times 20 times 2.5. If you remember, this was the value that we had in input, and then it's still not meeting the requirements. So we can try to check whether we have a cross section that is bigger than this, and then we replace it with that, and we see. So we come to that is Jamian Buji. Then we come and choose this wall, and then we come to what Zidong Buji. Then we come and look for a bigger cross section. Oops, unfortunately that is already the biggest. So what are we supposed to do under this condition? Now that means we can get to choose what? We can now maybe get to choose a different cross section type. Previously we were using a Z, so we can maybe try to use a C. A C whereby the two of them are facing each other. So this is C80 40 150 times that. So you can click on this to look at the specifications of it. So that is how the C type looks like. So for the first one, I'm just simply going to use the default one, and then I'm going to go through that Yohua to choose the best if in case this one doesn't meet the conditions. Then this one here, it's still okay. Then I press trading, and then it does the recalculation again. So we go back and try to do the calculation. We do the analysis. So I went to Changmian Go Jianshaji, then I chose the wall. Now I want to test the Changliang, that is these ones here, and see whether it meets. So I do my analysis, and then we check for the results, and we see that still it doesn't meet the conditions and the problem. Now we have it here, the shaping now do like that displacement is actually so big, so meaning that the strength that we've chosen is smaller, so we can maybe choose a higher strength, maybe it will be able to meet. And then the other problem is on this one here, still on Jiangti Wending. Yeah, so we try to do the Yohua and then see what it recommends. So you click on that, then all the rest you don't change anything, and then go to Changmian Yohua. So they're recommending us to use a C180, then times 70 times 20 times 2. So we go back and make that change. We come to Changmian Buji. Then you come to, okay, choose the wall, and then you come and choose the Zidong Buji. Then now we come and change our cross section. We change it to C180 to a C180 times 70 times 20, then times 2. C180 times 7 times 20 times 2, which is that one. Then we select OK. Then they ask us whether they want to replace. We confirm, and then it does the work for us. Then we go back to the Changmian Shaji. Then we choose the wall that we want to analyze. Then we choose this one here, Lin Tiao, this one. Then we come and pick one of them, and then we do the calculation. Let's see the result. Yeah, for this time it now satisfies the condition. So what we've learned from that is that when you have a cross section that doesn't meet, and then you've actually finished all the types that you have in that category, you can simply alter by choosing a different cross sectional type. Yeah, so now to make our building uniform, or to avoid having change in materials whatsoever, now it would be best for us to even change the other surface, the other side, to have the same type. So we are going to choose what? We are going to go back to Changmian Buji, and let's say I first save what I've done, and then I choose this wall. Then now I want to again change the what? To change these ones into the other type of C Changliang. So I come back to Zidong Buji, then Zidong Buji is this one here. Then I come and I change my type to C Kaodeko. Automatically the software has read it out, and then here I need 6 of them, and then I press trading. Then they ask me what I want to replace. I confirm, and then so when I put my mouse on that, we see that the specification comes back. So we can now try to do the calc. And we see that our Zhujian Jichang has disappeared, so we shall have to to set it again. Actually, let's do it before we go to the calculation part. So we come to Zhujian Jichang. Then they ask us what type we want to use. We had say that we use type 1. Then they ask me to choose for the ROM. I choose this. Then I choose that first type, and then for the cross section, we had say that we were using 180 by 12. Then confirm, and then confirm. So they bring it there. So the next I now have to copy it to the other side. So I'm copying it from this room. Then they tell me the instruction that I need to click on the left bottom corner for here to put it in place. So it's been set up. Then I now can go to the Umian. to the Changmian Shaji. Then I come and I choose the wall. Now it is this wall here that I want to calculate. So I begin by calculation for the Linqiao, for the Changliang. So I click on this, and then I come and I choose, let's see, this one here, and then I do my calculation. I hope it satisfies. Yeah, this one Manzu, so it satisfies the condition. Then we also come and check our Jichang. I click on this and then I select that. Then I come and I do my calculation trading. Then we check on the, yeah, we see that they are all green, so looks to be good. So after doing that, I will have one more thing to design. That is the Kang Fangju, the anti-wind column. So you click on it, then you come and press this button. Then after doing that, they tell you that you come and click on the wind column that you want to design. Say we want to work with this one in the middle. Now it comes up and then they read all the information about it. And after doing that, I come, let me see, okay, yeah, basically none of the information needs to be changed. Then I need to press this one for it to do the calculation. Yeah, so it's calculated. Let's check for the results whether it's satisfied or not. They are saying that the Kang Fangju Yan Swan Buman, so it doesn't satisfy. So we come and look for where the problem is. Move upwards here. The problem is here at this part here. They're saying that our Yun Kwan Hobi, like the ratio of the width to the thickness of the flange doesn't meet the condition, as in like it's 14.7. We are supposed to have a value that is 13, yeah, as our minimum. So that means we just have to adjust on that. We have to adjust. Let me see. Yeah, we have to adjust either on our thickness to make it bigger, so as this value here like reduces. Yeah. Okay. So we can do that simply by doing what? By going back to the 2D plan. So we go back to our motion, then we save. Then after doing that, we come and choose the what? We come and choose this one, the Limian PNG. Then I choose that line, and oops, they take me to the 2D model. So from which I come to this one here, Jubuji. So from Jubuji, I come and I choose this one here, and then I come and I press on Shugai, Jamion Sanshu. Then it was the ratio of the thickness. So we say that we can increase the thickness of the flange, let's say to 14. 14 like that, and let's hope that this should actually like for this is so small. Let's say make it also to become something like a 10. Yeah. Okay, let's assume we have something like that, or let me say I use 8. Yeah. And I confirm, then I go back to my 3D model. I save my changes, then I go back to the roof, and then I choose that was Changmian Shaji, and then we're dealing with the Kang Fangju. So I click on this, then I come and I choose this one again, and then I redo my calculation and I check for the results. Yeah, so for the sake of this, after making that adjustment, we are being told that the Kang Fangju Yan Swan Manzu, so it confirms the requirement. So with the adjustment is satisfied, so we get back to our 3D model. So that's what they want to save, so we save. So we've made the adjustments, and then this wall is almost set, and the other side. Now before we get to copy this wall to the other side, there is always one more thing that's always good to do, to first carry out a general analysis of the whole system, to see whether the components that you have put on the other side from the 2D analysis satisfies in 3D. If it does, then you now go back to the Ummian, Changmian, Shaji, and then you copy the walls to this wall to this side and this wall to the other side. So to do the 3D calculation, you press on what? You press on the Zedong this one here. Then you press on, actually Xinxiang showed you, okay, you press on this one, Zedong this one, then it begins calculating. Yeah, so the calculation is done, but then we see that the results of our calculation are not being displayed. So to see the results, you come to the settings, that is Shenshi like display settings. Then here you can choose what you want like to be seen. Here we're having like to show the Nega1 version, like the lines, like the axis lines. Then this is the joints. Then this is like to show the components in terms of 3D materials. So for this case, our aim is just to see the results. So we want this. So we click on it, and then it will show us this one Jaguar, which is the calculation results. So confirm, and then we see that here the majority of them are green, meaning that at least they meet the conditions. But however, we do have some red somewhere here. That is on the Ju, Jian, Jichang. And then here you see that we have this red in bracket, that is 1.58. That means that this component, like it has got 58% more stress than it's supposed to bear, because it's supposed to bear 100, which is a 1. So we've got to adjust the cross section and make it like somewhat bigger. Yeah, but the rest look to be okay. So we go back to our motion showroom. Then we come and choose the Ummian, Changmian, Shaji. Then we open the existing model. Then you go to the Changmian Buji. Then we come and choose the wall side with the Jichang, which is this one. And then we come and adjust it. We come and, wow. Okay, we first go to delete the existing one, because remember you cannot edit on top of an existing one. So you come and select this one, Shanchu Gojian. Yeah, then you come and specify one delete of the Jichang. Then you come and choose the range at which they do exist. Then it disappears. So you come back to the Buji Jichang again. Then from that, they ask you for the type of input you want. We are choosing 1. Then they ask us to specify for this way I want it to be put, that is here. Then we come and change our cost section. We had 180, 12, so 50, it was 58%. Let's say we adjust it to something like what? Like let's say a 250. Yeah, let's say I take a 250/20 like that. Then trading, and then I get to, then I trading again, and then they bring it in place. So for this one I won't do again the 2D calculation, because in 2D if 180 was able to satisfy, then that means the what? That means the 250 of course also meets the condition. So now what I'll do, I'll copy it to the other corner else. So I press the copy, then I specify the room where it is, and then I come and I click on the lower bottom here, and then they put it there. Then I go back to my model, then I save. Yeah, then I come and I do the 3D model calculation by pressing on this button, then calculate. Yeah, and then at last we see that here we have, we see that now, like we have it in green like that. So meaning that with this we are good to go. So now what is left, now we can copy this wall to the other part, after which now we can get to draw our drawings. Oh, sorry, to export out our drawings. So I come back to the Wumien Changmian Boji, then I open the existing, then I go to the Changmian Boji, then under it I come and I use this button for copying the Changmian. So I click on this, then they ask me to what? They ask me Qingxuan Yuan Wanga Xian, like choose the axis line from which you want to copy the components, that is this one here. Then they tell me to choose my destination axis line, so I want to copy these components to this one here. So that is done. Then after that I still come and I press on copy the wall. Then for this time I want to copy this side to the other side. So I use this as my what? As my original. Then I'm copying up to this point. Yeah, so it's done. Then after that, with that I can go back to my 3D model. Or actually maybe let me show you that it's been copied. So I click on this to open up this wall. Yeah, and we see that everything has been put in place. So that is that's like a shortcut that one can use to get the work done faster. So we go back to our 3D model, then I save the changes. So we see that at every place we have the components. And actually, like if you wanted that maybe check on the 3D, you can click on this button, then it shows you how the 3D arrangement of the system is. Yeah, so this is how our mod has been put. Actually this side here I never set windows, but then if one wants to add windows here, you're free to add a window. Yeah, you can maybe add a window maybe with 2 doors, maybe a door here and a door there. So that is just now the preference of the person who is doing the design work. Okay, so having done that, the last part is to do the plotting of the drawings, like to export out AutoCAD the DWG drawings from the software. So to do that, you come and press on what? On the Shigung tool, which is this one. Then you come and press this one, Shiaji Bingjadian. Actually, I think it would be better if I never use the 3D to make things like more visible. Let me first display. Yeah, so I go back to Shigung tool, then Shiaji Bingjadian. Then at the points where we are having those joining parts, like the joints between the components on the column, like on the top part of the roof, we see there are those additional like balls that have been added where we have those joints. Then after that, you come and press the Zidong wedge, like for the software to automatically draw the drawings that you want. Then now in the process of drawing, you have the specifications that you can get to change here and there. So usually you can choose to leave them by default, like the software puts the what it thinks is best depending on the code of design. So unless like maybe you want to have something of your preference, yeah, you can get to change them to your choice. So here when we come to Menshigangja Shigung to Bili, like it gives us the ratios. So, yeah, sorry, the scale of the drawings. Okay. Then here, for the sake of the Toja, we have got 2 types, this type or this type here. So let's say, yeah, you can choose any that you want. Though by default it had chosen 2. Anyway, like just to show that you can choose any, let me use the first kind. Okay, then from that we come to the Lianjie Xingxi. So usually the one that is used is this first one, but there is the second one. Yeah, then under this you can also choose this, or then under this one you can choose that. Yeah, so maybe I will just leave them to the default like that. Then we go to Lianjie Sanchu, then we go to Lianjie Sanchu. Like this is now for about like the screws and so on. Yeah, then this is Zhujiao Xingxi, like the type of the column. So there is this one with only one, sorry, the type of the column footing, like how it connects to the foundation. So you can use one that has got only one screw, that is here, like one bolt. Then this one here has got two of them. So depending on your preference, depending on the condition, you get to choose what you prefer. Then this is a Kangfang Lianjie, that's for the wind column. So you can choose how you want it, like to be connected to the frame. There is this that has been chosen by default, the two. Then there is this kind. There is this kind also. Yeah, but anyway, let's say we take this one that had been chosen by default. Then Yuanchang, we don't have this one. Now we don't have this one also. Newtway, we don't have this, so we just leave those ones. I guess basically those are the things that we've got to adjust. Yeah, so we come and choose QRN to confirm. Then now, like now here they bring a list of the drawings that they are going to be drawing for us. So from this you can check, you can uncheck the drawings that you don't want. Yeah, but then if you want all of them, like by default it chooses to plot all of them, so you can choose that, or otherwise you can, okay, depending on your preference. Yeah, then here we have the option of automatically changing the automatically exporting the drawings to AutoCAD. We can select that if you want your output to be in AutoCAD, not to be in DWG, like DWG drawing. Then now this tab here enables you to change the name of the drawing. Say for example, like this one here, Tuji Module, like this one, I can click on it and I can maybe come and I name it like in English title. Tuji Module, let me see, module is called what? It index or whatsoever. Anyway, you can just get to put the name depending on your preference. Yeah. So after doing that, you come and press trading. Then it begins plotting the drawings. Yeah, now it's exporting them to the DWG format. Yeah, so now it has finished like the work. So this is now what has been plotted out. Like this is a 2G module, something that gives us like the index, like about like on what drawing is where. So you can check on it and then you you check on this and you know what page to go to see something. So let's say for example if we came and looked at okay, let's go one by one. Like this is showing an explanation like about the drawings. Then here we are having like the placements of the of the foundation of the bottom connection of the columns. So you see this one here, 600 away from that. Yeah, then here we are having what we are having Yejo Shen Gangja Shigungtu, that is like the drawing for the column, that is the drawing for the the drawing of the frame number 1. So that is like what I've plotted out. All information is given on it. Yeah, so basically you can browse through all of them, and then then this is for the Juji and Jichang. And then now for the sake of the roof, if you want to plot it out, you come to this button here, this one, Wumian Changmian Bujitu, this one. So here they come and ask you to enter in like the floor number here when you're having one floor, so it's just the one. They ask us for the paper size. Let's say we are using that one. I'm just keeping it at default. Then here they first bring just like the mere layout. Then here I choose like the Wumian Go Gen, like the components on the roof. So I come and I ensure that all of them are checked, and then now the drawing is brought. So this is the layout of the roof, and then what I can do, I can choose to save it as what? I can choose to export it to a DWG file. So I click on, okay, maybe I'll first add the, how is it called, the material list. Let's first go on and then check on the next. This is for the Changmian, for the wall. So I click on that. Wow, okay. Then we go to Go-Gen Bio, like the table that shows the content. So for the sake of the roof, we put that besides it. Yeah, the Lintiao, like all of them, they name one and then they give the specification of it. Okay. So basically, like that's the part about like the drawings here. Then now these ones, these are just like to make edits like on the drawing. We won't go into that. And then now you can save this as what, as a PDF by clicking on, sorry, as a DWG by clicking on this icon here. So when you click, they ask you, they automatically take you to the folder where you were working. So I'm saving it under the Shigungtu folder. Then I'm going to name it as roof, that is Wumian. Wumian, like that. So I come and I save it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's already saved. Like I clicked it twice, so the ring is the second option of saving. It's already saved. Yeah. So with that, our work in the software here is actually done. Then I'm going to quit the AutoCAD, not the Tianjia, so I can close it, and then I choose to save. Then now when I open my folder where I did my work, that is this one, factory building, I can come and access those drawings through this one here, the Shigungtu. That's the folder where they're kept. Then I choose, let's say for the roof, I click on that, then I can double click on it to open it in AutoCAD. So since we've been created we're using AutoCAD, they ask us whether I want to open it or not in AutoCAD, so we just continue to open. And then now this is our roof. So you can maybe change maybe the colors and anything that you want to change in AutoCAD, and then afterwards you can print it out for it to be used. Then in the same way you can get to open other drawings. Now let's say, for example, if I had wanted to print out like the to check on the frame on column 1, I simply come and double click on it and I continue opening. Yeah, so this is the frame of column 1. So what I do, I can get to add it to maybe rearrange all the things well. So after I have arranged them, then I can print out my drawing and give it out like to be used. Yeah, so basically that is the work. And anyway, yeah, now like by the since now like this column is the same as the last one, that means that I could uncheck what the drawing for the column number 11. Then in a similar way, the column number 2 is different to the column the frame number 2 is the same as other frames, that is from 2 up to 10. So I could uncheck all the rest and then just keep only this, yeah, because all of them are identical. No need to plot all that much. Yeah, so basically that is the work that required to be done. Thank you.